Okay, I'd like to call to order the Town of Delafield Board of Supervisors meeting for Tuesday, April 26. If you'd all rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Green, if you'll do a roll call vote, or a roll call?
Supervisor Kranek,
Present.
Supervisor Wolfley,
Present.
and Chairman Schwartz.
Present. So we have a quorum. Citizen comments, public comments from citizens regarding items on or not on the agenda. The board may not engage in the discussion with the citizens making the comments. Individual presentations are limited to 3 minutes, and citizens shall follow the rules set forth in section 2.04 sub 1 sub D of the town code. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to speak regarding basically any topic? Now's the time to come forward. I see nothing, so we'll move on and let the record show that Mr. Steve Michaels, Supervisor Steve Michaels, and his 2 little ones have joined us. So, approval of the minutes of April 19th, 2022. Any comments, corrections? If not, I'll take a motion for.
Motion to approve as presented by the clerk.
Second.
I have a motion to approve, and a second to approve the minutes as presented by, for the April 19th town board meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Action on vouchers submitted for payment. There are no budget sub-accounts or action to amend either the 2021 or the 2022 budget. And then we'll move on to accounts payable and payroll.
For accounts payable, I'd like to make a motion to approve payments of checks 65666 and checks 65668 through 65681 in the amount of $12,289.85. And for payroll, a motion to approve the payrolls dated April 29th, 2002 in the amount of $14,631.73.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the expenditures for accounts payable and payroll as submitted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Communications, there are none. There's also no unfinished business, so we'll move to new business. Discussion, possible action on the request from Scott Flogger for a holding tank agreement for the property located near the corner of Cushing Park Road and Highway 18, Delt 0842999005. I think Mr. Green's going to handle this presentation.
Sure. This is for a property who has Veterans Electric on it currently, and they've pulled permits to construct a set of self-storage units. This was approved by Plan Commission about a year ago. And this is a holding tank agreement because some of the locations are going to have restrooms in the facilities. In order to do so, they need a holding tank. To do so, the town requires a holding tank agreement to be filed with the Register of Deeds. And Chapter 10 in our code outlines parameters by which the board would approve. And one of those is to have a bond held by the town in case there's any, if they don't upkeep the holding tank, or for any reason we have to service it because the business no longer exists. So Tim and I have reviewed this. You can see there's a separate template that we provided, and that's what our attorney has provided us to use. So we recommend approval, contingent on whatever amount that you want to hold for the town in case we need to use it.
The amount we've been discussing is $1,000.
Correct.
For the bond.
We think that's enough. In order to empty the storage tanks, they usually cost $200 to $300. So if we have to for a period of time, that would be
The biggest cost would be if we ever had to remove the storage tank.
I was just gonna say, so if the business stops operating and we have to remove the tank, do we know how much the removal of a tank like that would be?
We haven't had that issue yet in the town. The only other holding tank that I can think of is currently Cassandra's Motorsports. And we just signed a new agreement with them, so. And from what I remember, we don't have any money held for that holding tank either, so this,
Holding money at all is a new procedure for the
yeah.
town.
And there is a possibility of other holding tanks that may come into play in the future, so we want to set the precedent that we at least hold something.
Well, and if you're just requiring them to hold a bond, I mean, a bond of a cash bond of $1,000 to, you purchase a bond like that for probably $15. So it's not necessary, I mean, like, we're not asking them to put out the $1,000, right? They're just proof of that
Either
bond.
way, either they can get the bond, or they can pay us $1,000 and we hold it in trust until, if something happens. I'd prefer to actually have cash on hand in case we need to use it.
Yeah, I believe it is a cash bond. Why do you say it says cash bond?
Oh,
My understanding is they were
Gotcha.
gonna give us a check for
Yeah,
$1,000.
all right, I
You
thought-
can't go to a bank and do a personal guarantee on it.
no, I read it as bond. I deal with.
Yeah, and we
it's
have
fine.
dealt with that in
Yeah.
the past with developments, but this is more specific, and
That's fine.
We would hold it until such time as the tank is no longer there?
we would hold it
Indefinitely.
Yeah, indefinitely.
The only event would be, in my mind, the business fails and we have to have the tank removed. But this is a self-storage facility that's already probably doing extremely well.
Right.
Before we even built it.
If they sell the business to somebody else, we can refund the bond, but we require a new holding tank agreement and a new bond.
I'm more worried about cleaning it up or a rainstorm or some ground area pollution around the tank itself that has to be mediated by our building department, highway department. But I'm not tied to 1,000, but I don't necessarily want to go lower, but if anybody has need to go higher,
Go 2,500.
2,500? Do I hear 3?
No, I mean, I
Was this, I mean, this was contemplated when the permit was given to have the business come here, right? We're just wrapping up the procedure. This isn't a new thing we're thrusting onto the business owner well into the game?
well, I think the template is new, per my understanding, correct?
I spoke with the applicant, or the applicant's representative, and did express to him that this may come up, and showed him the code. We didn't have a dollar amount figured out, but he understands that there will be a request for a bond. We just didn't have
And
a
it's in the
dollar
code.
amount to tell him,
Okay.
so.
So,
And at the time, I mean, it was conceptual, and honestly, it took him a year to even start construction, so it was a delayed project, so.
Yeah.
well, plus you can tell Scott that we want 2,500 today, but if in a year or two he wants to come in and request it to be lowered, we're open to having it lowered.
I mean, upon the installation, I don't know how close he is even to installing it. Right now, it's just framed out, so it might be another 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
I
fine.
think the key is,
He has worked nicely with the town
Yeah.
throughout this whole process.
and the key is to set a precedent too, because like I said, we may come in the future have issues with holding tanks, and we want to make sure that we have.
Yeah, I mean, my only concern is again, if this comes into our possession, right, the business goes belly up and it's on us and/or it needs to be removed on us, that's when it gets expensive and any cleanup and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah,
you're
and I
not
mean,
wrong. It's
and,
probably doing a very well business currently, so I'm,
I would imagine.
and we would, in reality, we'd probably go after the bank or whoever is owner of the property to take care of those issues.
yeah.
Yeah, we may correct it, but then we'd have litigation for a claim against him, a judgment against him.
So,
So do I
I'm
hear a
fine with-
motion for 2,500?
Motion to approve the holding tank agreement for Scott Flogger for the property located near the corner of Cushing Park Road and Highway 18, DELT 0842.999.005 with a cash bond in the sum of $2,500.
second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for approval of the holding tank agreement with a cash bond of $2,500. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Discussion and possible action on the approval of bartender license for John Griggin Jr. and Isabel Walschlager. I believe they're both at the Pewaukee Yacht Club.
It's both at the Pewaukee Yacht Club, no criminal history. John Grignan was the agent. I believe they're changing agents this year, but he will still be a bartender. And Isabel is a new bartender. Again, both with no criminal history, and recommend approval.
I will motion to approve the bartender license for John Grigham Jr. and Isabel Walschlager.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for approval of the liquor license for John Grigham Jr. and Isabel Walschlager. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Just bartender license.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said liquor license.
Bartender license, yeah.
But yes, aye to that.
Yeah. Discussion possible action on the request for James and Susan Morris for a chicken license for the property located at W297 N1675 Glen Cove Road.
Sure. Tim and I reviewed the application. Tim went on site. This property is located off Glen Cove Road. I believe 3 or 4 houses into the left-hand side as you are heading north on Glen Cove. They have 200-foot wide lot, and the requirement is double the setback in order to place the chicken coop. Their setbacks are 25 feet, double would be 50, and they're well within their parameters. So Tim and I recommend approval. And I believe the applicant is here if there's any questions, correct? Or, no? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Ed.
Go.
Motion to approve the chicken license for James and Susan Morris for the property located at W297 N1675 Glen Cove Road.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the license, chicken license for James and Susan Morris. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Enjoy your chickens. Discussion and possible action on the appointment of Anthony Rubusius as chairperson to the Board of Appeals with a term beginning May 26, 2022, expiring May 25th, 2025. Anthony's been an alternate for the last 3 years, I believe, 2 years, and he's been very active, and I think he served well in this position.
I will motion to appoint Anthony Arbusius as chairperson of the Board of Appeals with a term beginning May 26, 2022 and expiring May 25th, 2025.
Second.
Oh, great. I have a motion and a second to approve the appointment of Anthony Arbusius as chairperson to the Board of Appeals. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
He's not leaving the fire board, is he?
No.
Oh, good.
No, he's moving up. He's moving up. Discussion possible action on the reappointment of Rose Sassich to the Board of Appeals with the term beginning May 26, 2022 and expiring May 25th, 2025. Rose has been on the board since 2010.
Motion to approve the reappointment of Rose Sashish to the Board of Appeals with the new term beginning May 26, 2022 through May 25 of 25.
Second.
Great. I have a motion and a second for the reappointment of Rose Sassich to the Board of Appeals. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Now the hard one. Discussion and possible action on the reappointment of Mr. Edward Kranick as the Town Board Representative to the Plan Commission.
I will motion to approve the reappointment of Ed Kranick as the Town Board Representative to the Plan Commission.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to make the reappointment of Edward Kranick to the Town Board Representative to the Plan Commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any abstaining?
I'm abstaining.
Yeah. Any opposed? The motion passes. Congratulations, or
Thank you.
My
We got
sympathies.
a lot of work ahead of us this year, so.
yes. And we'll move into announcements and planning. Plan Commission is Tuesday, May 3rd at 6:30. I will not be there. I will be out of town. Town board is Tuesday, May 10th at 6:30, and another town board meeting, May 24th at 6:30. With that, and if there's nothing else, I'll take a motion to
And the
adjourn.
plan commission agenda is going to be fairly light. We're not going to have Thomas Farm on it.
No.
We're not, there's a couple, there's a concept plan and a couple of other just random
Okay.
things, so.
And I'm gone May 10th from this board meeting, so it sounds like everybody else is here, so we don't have a quorum.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, I think the, oh,